There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
The fuck kind of physics?
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks
Done
the
your
way
homework
to
yet,
the
Jacob?
entire rest of the game.
No.
It might take you an hour to get over that tree.
What does
A
it
lot
do
of people
tonight?
never got past it.
11 p.m.
Prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of
Do it right
confidence.
now, right? Tell your mom.
Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely
What time is
confident
it?
in your ability to get through them.
9:20,
The correct
2.
method, or the correct equipment, or just by spending enough
She's
time.
asleep.
In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking
I'll call her.
is real.
You're not going to go.
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding,
I
and that makes
know.
the game uniquely
Right.
frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about it. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build
You
themselves
do your homework
from
right
our
now,
efforts
right?
to
Tell your
climb.
mom you didn't do it
And it's our
tomorrow.
repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Just give me 7 more minutes.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into
Is
a
it
certain
actually
shape
cutting or
that can
no?
be played with. And in the process of playing with them,
Actually
they begin
what
to
or what?
harden and set until they're immutable.
Is it
like
actually
rock.
coding or no?
And at that point, you can't change them.
No.
Not without
Like,
breaking
or is
it
it
into
just
pieces
questions?
and starting fresh with new ideas.
It's fundamentals of CS, so it's
For years now,
basically
people have been
it's
predicting that
discrete
games would
math
soon
and
be made out
logic.
of prefabricated objects, bought in
Oh.
a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that has
So far.
because
like
the
we're
objects
doing
in the stores
sets
are
and
trash.
sequences,
I don't mean they look
and
bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them
functions.
are. I mean they're trash in the way
But
that food
functions
becomes trash
are
as soon as you put it in the
A
sea.
mapping of a set onto
Things are
another
made
set.
to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform
That's
to
kind of
garbage.
cringe.
In the context of
I actually
technology,
really like it.
those moments pass by in seconds.
Which is why I
That's
waited till last minute to do it. Hee.
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we
saving
call
the best for
internet.
last.
It now vastly outnumbers
You're
and
so
outweighs
right.
the things that are fresh and
Okay,
untainted
just
and
slide me
unreal.
off my dick.
When everything around us is cultural
I-
trash, trash
I
becomes the
love
new
it.
medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this
How
is what
are
digital
you doing
culture
that?
is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap
I'm
of
gaming.
creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Holy
There's
moly.
3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on Live Leak. Facebook's got live
I'm
hate
just
bots,
missing like
branded
2 gems.
adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed gifs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Thanks.
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you, you're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat. Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch. While some
Come
dude with
on!
10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too. But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like?
No.
Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated. It's underrated. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter pear.
Seen 3 gems.
That's not how
and
I
don't know
feel
where
about
they're
a
at.
challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's
Cheat.
coffee. It's grapefruit.
No.
I dare you to look at the controls.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber,
Be a
designer
cheater.
and user.
Oh, I found them.
You
I
could've
found them.
refused
You can
being
go
a
F yourself.
There
I
was
live
something
in the
you that was
grass.
hidden, that chose
Cheat.
to
I
continue.
know. I'm not cheating. I did not cheat. I found them myself.
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured
I
this
did
much.
all by myself.
Every
I'm
wise
done with this
every
fight.
insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given
I'm
me.
85% of the way done with this game.
We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you. Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes? Are you his hand?
Oh, that was so
Are you the
bad.
top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man, nor the man's hand. In
There
this
we
you're his will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
No. Rotation fucked
You've
me.
conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church,
I could have gotten a
and the
sub
rectory.
9.
the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the
Nothing.
lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go
There's
but
a
up.
party
In
in
a moment, I'll
Sam's
shut
room.
up.
I have the party
What did he
room
say?
now.
I'm glad you came.
There's a party in your room?
There's a party. Well, there's a party in my pants, and you're invited.
Oh, dude.
Not you.
I'm on the
Not
way.
you. Well, don't get too
Who are
excited.
you talking to?
I was talking
who
to
are you talking to?
Jesus.
Wait, I'm not
I'm talking
invited.
to Jesus. No, you're the one
Am I
who's
invited or
invited.
not?